Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Mikaylee. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and this is my channel. I talk about knitting, crocheting, yarn dyeing, and today I'm bringing you a different kind of video, a vlog style video of me getting my dye studio space set up in my new house. You can find me online at breakingyarn.com or anywhere on social media at Breaking Yarn. And I feel extremely blessed and fortunate to be able to have a dye space in my new house. Before I was dyeing yarn in my kitchen, so it's so nice to have a dedicated space, and I figured it would be fun to show you me setting up the dye space and also relearning how to dye my colorways in this new space, and then also some of the challenges that I've run across. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, leave any comments down below that you have, and I look forward to talking to you. Hello, I am here in my dye studio space, and I just set up these tables, and I'm attempting to peel off this like protective layer. I don't know, it's way harder than I was expecting for it to come off. So my goal is to get these peeled and to get my burners out and get them set up tonight. And then I'll really be able to start unpacking all of my pans and my dyes and the yarn and just getting like set up and ready to go again. So that's what I'm up to right now. So now I have my two tables completely peeled. They already had a few scratches in them, but since this is just a workspace, that already has a dent in it. But since it's already just a workspace, I think it's okay. It'll be fine. It's gonna get messy and probably dented and stained up anyways for me, so. Okay, now to unbox my burners. Actually, first I'm gonna put some of this bare yarn into these containers I got. It's just because it's in my way, and so even though it wasn't a goal tonight, I'm just gonna unpack what's in this box down here, and then I'll do the burners. attempting to dye some yarn. Gosh, I look awful today. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm attempting to dye some yarn in my studio space for the first time using these cooktops that everyone has recommended to me. And it's been like 45 minutes and my water is still not boiling. Like, it's hot, but it's not, definitely not like how a stovetop is. There's like some bubbles. It's on the highest temperature setting. I also tried the highest watt setting, and haven't really had any luck with getting boiling water. So I'm not really sure if these cooktops can do boiling water. I just looked them up and lots of people are like, yeah, induction does it super fast and whatever. I guess we'll see. I've never tried dyeing this colorway that I'm doing, Breaking Violet, without having boiling water before I do the dye. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Because it might not turn out well, but that's alright, I guess. So I just washed and spun dry these skeins of yarn. This is Breaking Violet. I did this as a test run for testing out my new burners and to test out my dye space, to kind of get a feel for like, what are the things I still need? How can I optimize this space? I apologize if you can hear any background noise. They are building a house behind us and it's a little noisy. So all in all, I think it went okay. I'm not like super thrilled with the results. One other thing I did not take into account that I'll have to see how my colorways play with it is that we got a water softener in this house. So I'm used to dyeing with hard water. So I don't know how that will affect my yarn, if it will at all. But it's just something else that I need to consider as far as, you know, variables, all that stuff matters. So I guess we'll see. Let me show you how I'm thinking about optimizing my space already. So before I had all the burners like this, like that, right? But then I very quickly realized I don't have a lot of surface space if they're all straight like that. So I might be able to, flip one of them. I just realized that's kind of wobbly though. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do yet, but I do need some more working space. So maybe I'll end up getting another one of these tables, or I'm not sure what, but I'm gonna figure something out, because I do need a little bit more surface space in order for mixing dyes and all that kind of stuff, than a little bit more than what I have. So let's see what happens there. So now it's a few days later. I have dyed up a few more of my colorways. These are for the Breaking Bad store here in Old Town. I have some Walter White, some Heisenberg, Crystal Meth, and Saul Goodman. All of those test dyes went well. And it was cool, like just kind of getting the hang of the space. And like my sink for the garage is not in this part, so I have to walk a little bit with it. But it's just getting used to all of that and kind of just figuring out my flow and what works best. And so I'm going to attempt to boil water again. So I'm gonna put it on one of these other burners. That's a different one than I tried the other day, and we'll see how that goes. I also have one more cool contraption to show you. I was asking my husband for ideas on how to keep yarn out of the pot. Because of like Heisenberg, for example, has like 80% of it is over dyed black, and the other portion is still green. So I wanted to keep the green part like out of the dye pot and then have the rest being dyed the black. So he had these extra monitor arms, and it's definitely a lot more high tech than I was like thinking I would get, but actually my like hooks go around here pretty easy, and then it can hang like literally right above the pot. And then I can adjust these. This is a really tall one, so this would be good for like the half and half skeins. And then this is one that's like shorter, but I can adjust it up and down a little bit as well, depending on the colorway I'm dyeing. So that's kind of cool. This is after 30 minutes. I guess I'll come back and see. This is after 1 whole hour. I don't think these are capable of boiling water. I mean, it's like kind of bubbling at the bottom, and it's definitely like hot, but it's not boiling at all. So that's a little disappointing. Maybe I'll reach out to Albuquerque about that. So I just got off the chat with the Webstront store online where I bought the Albuquerque stoves. And they basically said that these stovetops are not compatible with big dye pots or stock pots. Even though it's an induction stock pot, they don't recommend using it for the weight, and also for the diameter of the pot is larger than the burner. So now I have to decide what to do. They had some alternatives that can handle the heat, and not the heat, the weight and the width of the pot, but they're like $3,000 each, which is crazy. Not gonna happen. So the saga will continue, and we'll see how it goes. just wanted to share a challenge that I have experienced. Yesterday, I have these Jessie Pinkmans here, and a few of them had like some spots where the dye didn't take all the way. You can even see it on this one, still has that. So I decided to wet them again and re-dye that part with the red, like all the parts that didn't take. And so I was like, okay, I just need to set this for a few minutes. So I put them on the burners for 5 minutes with the lid on. All but one are ruined, and I was very sad. And I don't mean like I ruined the color and now they don't look good and I can't sell them. I mean like I ruined them. Like, I don't know what the heck happened. Like 5 minutes on the burner and it like burned the yarn. So that's it, like broken in multiple places. So who knows? The only thing I could think of is that the yarn wasn't wet enough, but 5 minutes on a burner and it burned the yarn. So when I say that this is a whole new experience, a whole new learning experience, a whole new learning curve, I'm learning how to re-dye my own colorways in this studio. And that has been way more challenging than I thought it would be, honestly. I really didn't think it would be that hard, but I will dye these again. Oh, and you can even see on this one, it has, these are like burnt marks. Like I don't even know if I should attempt to wind these up and just see what I can get out of them for my own like personal use, or if I should really just throw them away. Like, will I have time to actually wind them and see and sort through the mess? I'm not really sure, to be honest. But yeah, I just wanted to share that update with you. I'm still working on my update and getting my shop reopened. But things like that make it challenging for sure, because not only do I have to like throw these away or do something else with them, but now I have to spend time re-dyeing them up properly and not burning them. So, oh, a moth just flew out of here. That's crazy. Okay. Anyways, bye. I also forgot to mention that that was on the lowest setting that these go. The lowest setting for 5 minutes, and it burned my yarn. So earlier in this video, you saw that I was struggling with not having enough surface space to mix dyes and like put my powders and like have the scale and like all those things. So I decided to make lemonade out of lemons with this dresser. I wasn't looking for a dresser for the space necessarily, but it actually is working out pretty nice. I have all of my items stored inside the drawers, and then I can also use the top surface space for mixing dyes and prepping yarn and that sort of thing. Yeah, so I'm super excited to have an additional surface in here, even though it wasn't exactly what I had in mind. This dresser actually came from my daughter's room. We had purchased this from IKEA for her, and we had somebody come in and put it together for us since I'm super pregnant. And he ended up messing it up and cracking it in multiple spots. It was kind of a nightmare. There was glue everywhere. The drawers are a little wonky. There's screws that are stripped. There was blood on the dresser, which was super weird. But anyways, we got our money back on it, and we got her a replacement dresser, so that's not an issue anymore. And so I just decided that I could use it in here as a storage solution for all my little things, and then also to have some surface area. So definitely making lemonades out of lemons with this one. I'm just doing some cleanup of my dye studio space, and I had to do some nighttime dyeing, so I figured it was a good time to sweep up and kind of reorganize a few things that needed to get out of the space while I was letting the yarn prep. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!